2026. Whisper through my plan for 2026. On this very, very gloomy Washington day, the most important part of planning a low-buy year is to decide what your goal is. In 2025, my goal was originally just to buy less and develop a better relationship with shopping, have it be less impulsive, more thoughtful. And as I went further and further into the year, I added on a couple other goals, like trying to shop locally wherever I could. I learned as I went in 2025, which means that for 2026, I'm more clear on my goals and the rules that I want to set for myself. I have my notebook here. My low buy year 2026. It's just one page. I started with the goal, which was to buy second hand, shop less impulsively, save money for trips and house projects, and waste less. My husband and I have already planned out our vacations for 2026. I'm that kind of person. It's always really important to me to map things out throughout the year so that I always have something to look forward to. And then of course house projects, we always have big stuff. In 2026, we know we need to reseal all of the logs on the log cabin outside. That will be a big and expensive project for sure. And then we always have random stuff come up throughout the year with the house. Whether it's that we needed to hire a plumber to come replace our boiler, or our hot water heater goes out, or something breaks on the tractor, etc., etc. There's always stuff. Knowing that I want to direct most of my spending to trips and house stuff, that will help me stay motivated through my low buy year. And last year, I had a goal of buying 15 items or less. In 2026, my goal is going to be to purchase 8 items or less, unlike 2025, where that was just a blanket across everything. In 2026, there are a couple things that I know I would like to buy, but I'm mapping them out now so that I don't get carried away when the time comes to start making purchases. And I'll explain more about that as we get into it. But I have written down here, planned for purchases that do not count towards that 8 item limit. And there's 2 categories. The first is a bedroom decor category. We moved here many years ago and have yet to decorate our bedroom. We kind of worked on everything else, as you know how it goes. You fix up all the places that other people see and sometimes neglect the ones that you're in like the most because it's just for you. With something like decorating a bedroom, it's really easy to go overboard. Like, oh, I need this and this and this and this and then. My goal with this exercise was to specify exactly what it is that I want to get that will make the room feel full without it getting excessive. The items that I identified are curtains. Right now we have some old blinds from like the 90s. We were able to keep the light out, but I think curtains would make the room really look finished. I'm gonna need 2 sets of curtains. That is on my list. Another item for the bedroom is a lamp. limit to this so that it doesn't get out of hand. I have a couple of plants that I can propagate. I have a wandering jewel and a spider plant, and both of those are really easy to use cuttings to grow more stuff. So let's say we're allowed to buy one other plant, and let's say up to 3 plant holders. Now, for all of those items that I listed, curtains, lamp, decor, macrame, plants and plant holders, all of these items must be thrifted. I guess I can't really thrift a plant per se, but all of the other items must be thrifted, and that means that if I don't find something this year at a thrift store, I will not be getting the item. There is so much stuff already in existence on this planet that I can't really justify buying something brand new if I haven't even tried to look for it in existence already. I don't have a lot of thrift stores like immediately by me, so this will be something that I'll have to intentionally plan to make trips to look for things. But that can be kind of fun, I think, and it'll get me out of my house a little bit more. Okay, so that was the bedroom decor section. The other section in my planned for purchases that do not count towards the 8 items is closet caps. I do have some gaps in my wardrobe that I'd like to fill. They're mostly things that I'd like to have for work. I can really wear whatever I want around the house and with friends and family, and when I'm running errands and things like that. But I feel like I don't have anything that I feel super comfortable and confident in for work events. The items that I have identified as gaps in my wardrobe are a wide leg black pant of some sort. I'm thinking something with, what's the word? A flexible waistline, whether that's something that you tie or an elastic waist, so that if my weight fluctuates, they'll fit me for a longer term than something like jeans. And I like the style of a wide leg pant because I like to wear my Doc Martens for work stuff. I found that my Doc Marten boots are really one of the only shoes that I can wear for like a full day of working an event that doesn't absolutely destroy my feet and knees. I need a pair of pants that makes the Doc Martens look cool instead of out of place, because most of my professional wardrobe is straight leg or skinny jeans, and I find that having this like very professional looking top and pants with these kind of big chunky Doc Marten boots, it's just like not a vibe. If I know I'm gonna wear the boots, I want to have a pair of pants that I can style with them and feel really good and confident. The next is another work item, a nice sweater for work events. I'm a cold girl, okay? I'm always cold, so it doesn't matter what time of year it is. I'm probably gonna want long sleeves on when I'm at work stuff. I don't have any sweaters that I'm loving for that. I have many sweaters that I love to wear at home, and this could be something like cashmere or cashmere adjacent, where it requires a little bit more care, because the purpose of it is not to wear it every day. It's really to like look nice and feel good when I'm at events for work. The next, another work item, but can also be worn all the time because I love it, is an oversized blazer. I currently have 2 blazers, one of which I never wear and I need to donate, I think. The other is very fitted. And again, with a big chunky Doc Marten and a wide leg pant, I need an oversized blazer to really, like, this is the style that I like, and I will feel good whistle is kind of a combination that I'm aspiring to. Picture, if you will, my hair up in a bun, because I mean business, and I'm here to get stuff done for work. Cute bangs, a bold red lip, perhaps, a black tank top, or off-white tank top, with an oversized blazer, black wide leg pants, and chunky black Doc Martens. Do you see the vision? I could then swap out that off-white tank top or black tank top with a pop of color, a red, a green, an orange, a burnt orange. Love that. I need like the base that I can build around. I also have on here a t-shirt that says Save the Arts. I've seen this shirt around a lot, and I've always thought, like, I don't need another t-shirt, but I feel like I'm at the point in my life and knowing who I am that I want a loud t-shirt like that that screams something that I care about. I am going to get that shirt this year. Save the Arts. Period. Then I'm allowed to replace socks and underwear as needed. I am allowed to replace a pair of rain boots that I have that are half a size too small, and I've just been dealing with that for 3 years, and I think it's messing with my knees now. So it is time to invest in a pair of rain boots that do in fact fit my feet. I am also allowed to look for shoes for work events. Besides a Doc Marten, I'm thinking maybe like a white tennis shoe of some sort. Like maybe something not necessarily chunky, but maybe like an Adidas kind of. I don't know. That one's a maybe for me. That's what I'm allowed to buy in 2026. Wide leg black pant, Save the Arts t-shirt, a nice sweater for work events, an oversized blazer, replace my rain boots, potential tennis shoes for work. All of these items must be thrifted and tried on in person, with the exception of shoes. I really don't like thrifting shoes because I've done it a couple times and I feel like the imprint of the previous owner's foot is always there, and I have enough problems with my knees that I just don't need to be trying to wear uncomfortable shoes that make me walk funny and then hurt myself. I'm too goddamn old for that, you know what I'm saying? But the shoes, although they don't have to be thrifted, have to be tried on in person before they are allowed to be purchased. Very much like the bedroom decor items. If I don't find them at the thrift store in 2026, I don't get them. So that is my planned for purchases in 2026. Besides those items, I'm allowed to buy 8 other items for the year. Stuff comes up. Hobbies change, whatever. I do want an allowance for things that might just come up that I really want to buy, again, without going crazy with it. Moderation is the key here. So instead of 15 items, period, I'm allowed to buy 8 kind of miscellaneous things, and then these specific bedroom decor and closet gap purchases, with the caveat about thrifting and trying things on in person. purchase things that I run out of or that are expiring, but no new makeup. I'm gonna do no records again in 2026. No vinyl records again. Lastly is that I had a little miscellaneous section here, which I'm just calling out that I'm allowed to replace my nonstick pans. I have, I think, two pans that I need to replace, and then I'll be done with that. And the last one is Tupperware, as my plastic Tupperware breaks. I have a really old set that's dusty, crusty, and musty, and when that one bites the dust, I'm gonna replace it with glass Tupperware. Those are allowed replacements. And then bonus goals down here: shop local whenever possible, and I want to make my own Christmas gifts in 2026. In 2025, because I did a low buy year for myself, I feel like I went a little crazy with Christmas gifts for other people, just because it was exciting to get to buy stuff for other people. I went big in 2025 for Christmas gifts, and I want to try doing it a little differently next year. I'm gonna make 2 columns at the bottom of the page, one to track my items tracking, with 8 spots. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The other column is going to be wish list. And this is something that I did in 2025, where I tracked some things throughout the year that as I thought of things that I wanted, I added it to the wish list as kind of like a parking lot of like, put it here for a while and see if you still want it. Some of the items on my wish list from 2025 made it onto my closet gaps list for 2026. I'm gonna add on here again, before I forget, that I am allowed to buy art. I never want to stop supporting artists. If I find some prints or photography that I really like, I have some frames to fill on the shelves in my bedroom, things like that. The actual art that I purchase will not be counted as an item, because it's just a piece of paper. I'm allowed to buy art for myself, and I'm allowed to give and receive gifts, and those don't count. I will say that my low buy in 2025 made it very easy to let people know what they might be able to get me for gifts, because I had spent a lot of time thinking about what I wanted but not buying it. So my birthday was probably the easiest it's ever been for people to shop for me. That was another unexpected bonus. This is my roadmap for the year. What I think is really cool about a low buy experience is that it can be so customized to whatever your goals are. If your goal is saving money, budgeting might be a really important component of this. If it's to become more familiar with the categories that you buy a lot of, it can help you identify patterns. So customizable to whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Last year it was just to buy less. This year it's to be intentional about the purchases that I'm making. To try to now embrace the fact that my body is different. In my mid-30s, I had shared that I originally wanted to do the low buy in